Okay, so this is going to be the last game of day number 2. We are looking with gym leader Haruki and a trainer Myeon. Not missing a beat, and they're gonna come in with round number 1. We are in. Day 2 is about to end, and day 2 has been nothing short of highlights left and right, matching that of the energy of game or of day 1. Man, the replays will be insane. It's rather unfortunate that we weren't able to shoutcast Marbs I forgot his opponent, but there is a match earlier that we weren't able to shoutcast. I think that's Sherwin versus Marbs, but that wasn't 2-0 from Sherwin. How predicting Marbs. Now, on this one, Haruki, we've already seen this Raichu do some work with that fake out and the flame tech, but Myeon is right here with that abominable Dragonite threat with a pivot of the Tailwind from the Pelipper and a Trick Room on either the Mr. Ryan or the Sinistra. Given she could have um, change any moveset here, pretty much the same way when Jaden changed the Kangaskhan, adding Brick Break and Rock Slide. Well, on day 1 we only saw Last Resort and Fake Out from that Kangaskhan, but this time around, what can we expect? I don't know. I really don't know. And now, here we come. With the opener, Mr. Ron and the Empoleon coming in hot. Wow. Haruki with that Raichu and the Dragonite. Not an Intimidate Dragonite this time. No Intimidate came up. So the competitive is taken out already. That is a very smart play from Haruki. Definitely prevented that competitive and Empoleon being the threat. Now, Fake Out is on the line. Fake Out is definitely on the line. Mr. Ryan being the slower of the Fake Outers. So, let's see. This could be a Moxie. This could be a Moxie. Gyarados. As the only other ability that he has. Now, Raichu is gonna go with a Fake Out. Fake out the Fake Outer. Gyarados using Dragon Dance. Not really being threatened by that Empoleon, and Empoleon using Hydro Pump, but Raichu avoided the attack. The 70% are giving trainers a hard time landing these attacks. We've seen that time and time with J-Bench earlier, but man, even the Rock Slides are not hitting. And then the Crunch came out and it killed Mr. Crime. Down and about with that Crunch, and Gyarados has a Moxie. This could pivot into something very interesting. Raichu flung its King Rock and it will flinch. The opposing. Oh no. Haruki outplaying and effectively building up this Gyarados with the Moxie. Now this is an offensive Gyarados. This is a physical offensive Gyarados. This is really dangerous, looking really dangerous for Madame Myeon. Even with that Sinistra, it is threatened by the 2 times boosted, Moxie boosted Gyarados with the speed and the attack. Haruki is on a smooth sailing. Gyarados using Protect just to possibly protect with that oh, not really killing. Oh my god. Raichu was damaged by the recoil. Tequila with the Matcha Gotcha. Raichu avoided the attack, but not this time. Oh, that Matcha Gotcha. Raichu avoiding the attack set him up perfectly on site for that Empoleon with a Hydro Pump. Madame Myeon not missing a beat and still not giving his side on the race. And now, Torterra. Torterra, where this is really nice. I like coming into this matchup, but the Matcha Gotcha could still be a threat here onto the two Pokemon here. But with that Crunch, could possibly pull off a one hit on that Sinistcha. Crunch being used on that Tequila, and down goes Tequila! And another Moxie boosted Gyarados losing some of its HP. Torterra using Headlong Rush onto that Gallade, and it's down for the count. Haruki looking really comfortable because he's taking out 3 out of Madame Myeon's Pokemon. Now this is gonna be a 3v1 with that crowd standing alone. And with a speed setup, this could possibly be a short round for Trainer Haruki. We will see a Mega Crabominable, still tanky, but with a 3 attack boost with the Moxie. Gyarados is possibly looking to clean house with a stab. Waterfall coming in hot. Boom! Hangs on for freaking dear life. Gnome Alaska used Ice Punch onto the Torterra, but it's protected. Oh no! This is it. And down goes the Crabominable. Ice Punch onto that Torterra. Haruki reading Madame Myeon like a book. Gyarados being the offensive threat. But even then, props to that Mega Crabominable hanging on for dear life with 3 Moxie boost, 1 Dragon Dance for the attack, and then 2 Moxie boost, plus a Life Orb, a Stab Waterfall. Not even a flinch coming in. It didn't even kill the Mega Crabominable. How tanky is that? My god. But even then, that's still a short match for the two. Haruki taking game number 1, but Myeon, we're not counting her down. We've seen trainers effectively come back, such as Jing earlier against J-Bench, right? So we could expect a different opener here from Madame Myeon. Now Madame Myeon is effectively has the pressure, but the beauty of it is Madame Myeon is effectively a little bit on what do you call this, on the 50-50 side. It still has the element of surprise. However, it feels like Haruki definitely has taken precaution onto Madame Myeon's Pokemons. So he definitely knew the competitive on the Empoleon, switching Intimidate out and effectively putting Moxie in with the Dragon Dance setup once the Moxie boosts are big and generational. But that Mega Crabominable tanking a hit like that, a 3 boost on the attack plus Waterfall stab on the Gyarados, an physically offensive Gyarados nonetheless. It's nothing short of impressive, if I say so myself. Seeing Mega Crabominable live through that, my god. You don't see that every day. Under the ladder, you only either see like Half-Life, 30% or one-shots. Nothing in between. You don't see, you rarely see things like that where it lives through a stab, life orb boosted, 3 attack boost. My god. There we go. And now this is getting frisky. Pelipper setting up the rain, effectively lowering down the threat of a Typhlosion. But Madame Myeon should know that this Pikachu still have that fake out. So what would Madame Myeon do? That is the question, right? This is a good opener for Madame Myeon. He still has the advantages. However, this Pikachu still threatens to Volt Tackle off this Pelipper if she is not careful. That is the beauty of it, on the unpredictability. Now, what would Madame Myeon do, right? So we see, oh, Madame Myeon used Wide Guard, expecting possibly an eruption. But now Raichu is going to use Volt Tackle onto that Pelipper, and Pelipper will go down. That's an extremely effective move against Madame Myeon. Haruki just reading her like a book. Gallade using Hydro Pump with a water boost will not kill on Goodra. It's a good thing it's not a Sap Sipper, but Goodra has leftovers and possibly a Gooey on the other side. So only physical moves would effectively lower down the speed. Now Mega Dragonite is here. My god. Forcing Sword using fake. Oh, Extreme Speed kills Raichu off of that HP with a Life Orb. My god. Gallade using Vacuum Wave onto that Goodra, landing a super effective move, but Goodra tanking it like a champ using Dragon Pulse. Oh no. And it kills Dragonite because it's an offensive invested Pokemon. We've seen an Extreme Speed to kill a Raichu on that HP. Man, oh man. And here comes the Moxie boosted, Moxie Gyarados, and Sinistra coming in hot. Empoleon being not a threat anymore, unfortunately. Madame Myeon earlier after round 1 should have not brought Empoleon anymore, if I'm being honest. Gyarados using Protect. Gallade using Vacuum Wave onto that Goodra, but to no effect. Goodra is especially defensive. It's a special wall. Tequila using Shadow Ball onto that Goodra. Not gonna be enough to put him down. Will this be enough? Tequila tanking it for almost 50% of her life. Haruki protecting the Gyarados, possibly a crunch coming out on this Gyarados later on for this Tequila. But Madame Myeon keep using Vacuum Wave, not enough to kill it still, 7%. Now Gyarados is gonna use Crunch, not allowing Tequila to even land anything else. Man, Haruki is making short work. Gyarados with the Moxie boost. Short work on Madame Myeon, out-reading her like a book. Goodra using Thunderbolt onto that Gallade, taking out 65% of its HP and paralyzing it no less. So now this, you can put on a priority, but this might, even with that priority, it might still not possibly kill because Vacuum Wave without the competitive is not a threat on this Hisuian Goodra. Goodra being switched back to a Typhlosion just to tank a Vacuum Wave possibly because it's a Ghost type. Trouble Berry being used, not going to be effective, and we could possibly see another Crunch coming in. Pang! Down goes Madame Myeon, and that's a 2-0 from Boss Haruki. This is the shortest match that we've had ever since day 1 and day 2. Isn't this short? Jesus Christ, what the hell? GG's to every competitors, man. Madame Haruki needs to readjust her gameplay after this one because Haruki read him like a book.